everybody, how you doing this beautiful day? Welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today we're going to be doing a side dish that can be used either way, okay? You can use this as a dip, but I make it for a side dish, okay? So first of all, I'm going to be doing, it's a corn dish. I'm going to be putting in two 15-ounce cans are fire roasted. I'll show y'all. Save my can so I could show you. This is fire roasted corn. You can use any brand or whatever. That fire roasted just gives it a better, and I drained it. Well, I thought I'd totally drained it. Hang on a minute. There's a little bit of moisture in the bottom of that. A few tablespoons. I don't think that'll hurt. Okay, I'm going to put in a half a cup of chopped celery and 3/4 of a cup of chopped red onion. If I would have had just green onions, I would have sliced those up and put them in here, but I didn't, so I used the red onion, which is good. You improvise with what you have in your refrigerator. Half a cup celery, 3/4 cup of the red onion, and I've got me a sink full of soapy water that I'm using. Okay, just stir that up. Flip that around a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put in a half a cup of sour cream. Half a cup of sour cream. And then I'm going to put in 1 cup of mayo. Whatever your favorite brand is. My favorite brand is Kraft. Okay, I'm gonna get a sink full of dishes. I've been washing dishes about all day long. Now we're gonna stir this a little bit. Little kernel trying to, now that corn was whole kernel, okay? Whole kernel fire roasted corn. It just gives it another depth of flavor is what it gives it. Well, if I can use my hands here. Now I'm going to put in 8 ounces of freshly shredded pepper jack cheese. Eight ounces. Stir that in. Now, if you don't want to put any more cheese, you don't have to put any more cheese. I'm going to get my bigger spatula here to stir this and flip it. See if I can flip it out on the counter. Spray about an 8x8 dish. Baking dish. Let me grab my little thing there. Okay, now I'm going to put in, usually I use about 4 cups of cheese, but I only had 8 ounces, which turned into about 1.5 cups. So I've got about a cup here of the shredded Fiesta blend cheese. You can use whichever one you like the best, but we don't want to skimp on cheese, not us. There's going to be quite a bit of salt, not quite a bit, but there's going to be some salt in this cheese. But I'm going to add a little, let me grab something. I've got my oven preheated to 350, okay? So I'm going to put just maybe a half a teaspoon of salt And then I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of black pepper. That ought to do me. Now, when you put this in the oven, we're going to put this in the oven for about 30 minutes. But when you put this in the oven, if you want to bring this out hot and have a hot dip, you can. Now, let me grab my little cloth again, clean that mess up. Now I'm going to put this into a greased baking dish, about an 8x8. This one might be just a little bit longer, but it's a little bit not as wide. This is about an 8x9 or something like that. We're going to smooth this out. And then I'm going to take, now I'm using this as a side dish. We're having some chicken and some other chicken and dressing and some stuff, and I just want this as a side dish. So I'm not going to use it as a dip. Unless we had some left over, then we might eat it as a dip. Okay, now I'm going to take let's see how many ounces. This is about a 9 1/4 ounces. Just going to let a little air out of that. And I'm going to take a rolling pin. I don't want it totally crushed to where there's nothing left in there. I just want it broke up in some smaller pieces. We don't want crumbs. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this. Might be some big pieces. Couple of big ones there that I went ahead and crushed on up. It's almost like a little corn casserole, but you can very much eat this. If you're going to use it as a dip, a hot dip, you can wait and do your chips on. You can do those chips when it comes out of the oven, and you can crush those chips up whenever it comes out of the oven, okay? This is just going to be put right into the oven, uncovered, for 30 minutes, okay? Let's get it in there, 350. We'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, just got this hot thing out of the oven. And remember, I'm going to say this before I get started here. Remember, this can be used as a cold dip. You just mix up your mixture, put it in a container, cover it or whatever. Right before you get ready to serve it, you crush up your corn chips. And these are, I was going to show y'all, these are chili cheese by Frito. Chili cheese corn chips by Frito. I almost used a bag. I could have used the whole bag. I might take some of the bigger ones in there and use them to dip it. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to show you. It comes out looking delicious. I don't even know if I'm going to get something out. I think I'm going to wait a few minutes because I don't want to be blistered today. I think I'm going to wait on it to cool down just a little bit, and then I'll get me a little dish out here and we'll try it together. Oh, my mercy. Okay, I've let it cool down a little bit because we're going to have this with supper, okay? Now just let it cool down a little bit to where, see how that cheese, look at that cheese just stringing. It's so good. It's so good as a dip. It's so good, like I said a while ago. You can, this is such a versatile dish. It's like a corn salad casserole is what I call it. But you can use it as a corn salad dip. You can use it cold and put your corn chips on there right before you serve it. You can whip them into it right before you serve it and serve it with chips and crackers and things. Or you can do it cold. I love it cold. One thing I wanted to tell you, this is delicious, is that when I was chopping everything up, I forgot to get my green bell pepper. Put about a half. If you like green bell pepper, we love green bell peppers. So chop about a half, at least a half of a green bell pepper or half a cup, and put it in there when you're mixing up all your stuff. When I write out the recipe, I will write a note at the bottom that that's optional, but we love it. We love it, love it. So good. Makes a wonderful little side dish with whatever you're serving. Well, listen, I'm gonna go. I just wanna tell y'all that I love you and that I appreciate y'all watching. I've just felt like lately that I've not been as thankful to everybody as I should, and you'll probably hear this from me for a long time, maybe from now on. But I just appreciate y'all. Appreciate you sharing the videos with other people. I appreciate you watching the videos. And I mean, that's what keeps me here. That and the good Lord is what keeps me going, and your prayers. And I just want to thank y'all very, very much. I want to tell you one thing too, is that these are not soggy. Listen to them crack. When you bake this uncovered, it's still crunchy, and you can even crush those up more like you do like a Ritz cracker or something, and put those on really, really crushed. But I like to feel a big crunch whenever I'm eating. But either way is really good. If you're going to crush them up totally, be sure and crush the whole bag. I saved just a few in case I had a midnight snack in the next few days. To tell the truth, I normally do the whole bag. So listen, young'uns, I just want you to know how much the good Lord loves you. Don't never forget that, please. If you don't remember a recipe that I put on here, if you don't remember one thing that I tell you, please remember how much God loves you. Please remember how much He loves you. Well, you know, I had somebody this week, I'm just going to say this, had somebody this week send me a behind the scenes message and said, Nan, do you have Alzheimer's? I hope that if anything like that ever strikes any of us, and I want you to know right off the bat, I don't have Alzheimer's. And that's not nothing to laugh at. That's a sad thing. I had a brother-in-law that passed away with that, and it just tears the heart right out of you. That's not anything to scoff at or to go behind the scenes and say something like that to somebody. But, you know, I know sometimes the words don't come out of my mouth like they should. But you all aren't in front of a camera having to think about what you're putting in your food, having to think about what you're saying. And just want y'all to know that if my mind ever does leave me, I hope I remember. If nothing else that I remember, I hope I remember how much the good Lord loves me. Well, I'm going to go. Lord willing, I will see y'all next time, okay? Bye-bye.